Hi everyone, and welcome to week 1 of the course, to Introduction to Econometrics. I want to go over the course and the structure to give you a good outline of what you should expect. Here in the Start Here menu, you'll have an overview of the course. Here's the syllabus that you'll want to print out. Here's the course schedule. On the course schedule, I'm only going to list the end dates for each week. You'll notice each week will go from Sunday to Saturday night at 11 o'clock. I have a Prezi link right here to get to know a little bit about me. I also have some things about me right here, so I think you'll find this very interesting. Here's the discussion board expectations. Then here is week 1. So in week 1, I have the overview. So this is what you're completing this week. Here's the introduction. So this is to get to know everyone. Introduce yourself, get to know your peers. Here's the instructor guidance video that you're looking at right now. Here's the week 1 readings, what you're focusing on. Then I have ancillary materials. And these ancillary materials are all these right here. And I think these are very important to review. Now, here's your week 1 discussion board topic. And that's all that's required for this week. With the discussion board, let me put in the requirements here to help you out. And I wanted to type it out with you. So the requirements for the discussion board. First post should be by Thursday at 11 p.m. 2 peer responses of at least 1 paragraph. I should say, initial post should contain 1 APA formatted in-text citation / reference. And you're answering this question. Design a hypothetical ideal randomized controlled experiment to study the effect of highway traffic deaths on wearing seatbelts. Suggest some impediments to implementing this experiment in practice. So look at some research, and I'll even put on there. And what you're looking at is your first post should be by Thursday at 11 p.m. Then you need to have 2 peer responses by Saturday night. Please note that no late work's accepted in the course. And in your initial post, you should have an APA formatted in-text citation and reference. That's the key component that a lot of students miss. So I'm focusing on, do you have 3 to 4 paragraphs? Do you have an APA formatted in-text citation reference to support your work? So make sure to focus on those aspects in your analysis. Okay, so let's see, what are we going to be covering this week? If you click on the PowerPoint, it comes over to chapters 1, 2, and 3. So we're looking at quantitative effects and how we can evaluate those quantitative effects. You'll notice this course is going to be dealing a lot about data and measuring causal effects, I should say. We like to set up experiments. We like to have observational data to analyze this information. In this course, you're going to be looking at how to estimate data and the tools we can use for this data. You'll notice that in chapters 2 and 3, they're going to be providing a review of probability and statistics. So if we look at probability and statistics, we're looking at where does the groups of data lie. If you look at this table right here, you'll notice the distribution of student-to-teacher ratios. And when we look at the distribution, you'll notice that the different percentiles right here and where most of the data lies. You notice that most of the data lies within the 90% percentile, with a standard deviation from the mean of 1.9 and the average being 19.6 in these percentiles. If you look at this study that they're looking at in the book, They come about through a scatter plot. And the scatter plot is looking at, do districts with smaller classes have higher test scores? And if we look at this scatter plot, we're trying to figure out, is there a relationship between test scores and student-teacher ratios? And how do these test scores relate? This is a good graph to figure out, because this graph is going to relate how we're looking at data and what correlations do we find. So those are some of the topics that we're going to be evaluating this week. In your work, make sure to focus on your content and what is required for week 1. If you need me to pre-grade any of your work, please let me know, but I look forward to your effort and analysis this week.